fuck is up, YouTube? Let me get my webcam on. We're real professional around here, folks. Alright, let's talk stock. We got a big old breakout today. This is a huge breakout on the triple Qs, the Nasdaq index. You can see this green, big old green trend line I got over here. That has been resistance, trendline resistance, not like level resistance, which we have broken that as well. But this is a big deal. Big deal. Why do I say that? Obviously, big deal. The Nasdaq's going straight up. We've been in a bear market. That's great. Everyone wants to see that. I'm talking big deal because we need to see continuation through this line. We've done this before, guys. We've had this happen before, where we've had a nice little trend line. A cute, not trend line. We've had a cute little line that we've broken through. Something like this. Remember back in March, we broke through that? Skyrocketed. Everyone was like, hey, we're good, we're done. And then what happened? We dumped and we made a lower low. So we did not get our higher high and higher low. We got our higher high, lower low. Still in a downtrend. So it's key, very key, that we get said higher low, which a higher low at this point, basically anything above way down here on the Nasdaq, like 270 on the triple Qs, that is very, 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 very important. Another thing worth noting on the Nasdaq is that we are in a big fat rising wedge right now, which is typically a bearish sign. If we break to the downside of it, which, I mean, eventually we will, the Nasdaq can only go straight up like this for so long. I'm not saying go short when that happens. I'm saying wait and see, be patient. I know, I would love, I want to be the trader that is precise enough to make profit on a tiny little breakout like that, but they can be fake outs. They can do nothing. We had a fake out over here where Nasdaq broke down and it just went straight back up. I mean, we've had all sorts of fake outs. We had a big old fake out on SPY. These have been bear traps, and they trap bears, and they've squeezed them successfully because we've been in such a bear market. So many traders are trying to short the market right now. I was one of them. I got my ass squeezed very lightly. I did not. They only gave me a little squeeze, a little tushy grab. But you got to watch out for these, and it shows us how strong the market is when the bears step up, which they will at some point. They will get a level where the bears are like, hey, I think this is a good level to short, because we still have a long ways to go. Long ways to go till we're back on top. So you got to watch and see. You got to see when we break out, do we hold up above this trend line? So we could do something like this, where we continue going up, and then we hit a new level of resistance. We come down, and we bounce off that trend line, and then we bounce back up. Something like that could happen. And if that were to happen, we could retest this level right here at 1300. But we could come way lower. We could break out, come all the way down here to 1200 on the Nasdaq, and come here to 11,400 on the Nasdaq. We just have to form a higher high. I would love to see if we broke out and then came right back down to this zone right here. I'll show you on the triple Qs. I'm just using that because my triple Q chart is a mess. If we came down to like this level right here, like 315 on the triple Qs, or about 312, and bounced off from there, that would be very super duper bullish. Like I said a few videos ago, just because we're going straight up does not mean it's bullish. You want bullishness to actually last, because you want to buy positions that actually gain you money. You don't want to buy positions that I mean, me as a day trader, I will get in and out of positions to take my profits, but I'm trying to swing trade a little bit. And if you want to be a swing trader, you want to make sure your things are actually going to go up and not just go straight up, but then just go straight back down and go lower to where you bought them. So that's what I mean when I say just because we're going straight up does not mean it's bullish. We have to get pullbacks so we can see how strong things are. Oh, and you want to tell me that sounds crazy? Then look, I just got to show you this little chart back here in March. How bullish was that? Yeah, it was bullish for about 2 weeks, and then what happened? Oh, it went all the way back down. That's what I mean. That is the best example of why this is not bullish. Just going straight up, that ain't bullish. What do we do back there? Oh, that's right, we got a CPI report that said inflation was slowing down. Hey, we got that today. So what's to say we got 1 month of slow inflation, but next month it spikes back up and we don't just head straight back down, you know? This is what I'm talking about. You gotta have retests along the way. Otherwise, it just gets pulled straight back down. So just a huge breakout on the Nasdaq. I need to see some continuation though, because we've had this where it just peaks out, it peeks its little head out above the line, and then the bears are straight back and they rip it back down, and now we have a big ol' gap to fill on the downside because we gapped up so hard today after that bear trap from yesterday and the day before that. So we need to pay attention to that. As for SPX, let's look at the mini futures. So this was a nice breakout. We peaked our head, and this is where we closed. We closed up here. It peaked its head. Look at this tiny little oh no, that's after hours. It peaked its head out of this little zone that we were in, which is awesome. I believe now there's a gap to fill in SPY, if I'm not mistaken. Can't see it on ES, but I can see it over here. So there is a gap to fill. It's way up here, like 424. But we need to be able to hold this zone up here. We can't just head straight back down, because if that happens, we are also in a rising wedge on SPY. Oh god, let's go to SPX. Try to find the cleanest chart I can. So we're also in one of these rising wedges on SPY. Show you what I'm talking about. And this like top resistance line that we've kind of bounced off of is holding up pretty strong. See if I can make this more visible. So same idea. We have our resistance line up here that we bounced off of. And now we are resting right on top of that. And then we have and this is where we got faked out. This is where the bears got trapped the other day. Right on this trend line, you can see that. We poked out of it. And even I was like, that looks bearish to me. But then I had to zoom out. I had to be like, all right, what's the market been doing? What are the odds this is really going to collapse the day before CPI? And what are the odds this is just a big fake bear trap? Which it was, 100%. So that's why these wedges tend to just extend themselves outwards, which this one did. So now we are extended on that wedge, but it is still a rising wedge, and we still have to pay attention to that. And that is incredibly vital. So we could run up to this zone at 425 or 4,256, but I'd love to see the gap filled, this tiny little gap up here. Then the next major key zone is 4,300.07, and then of course psych level 4,300. But retaking 4,200 on SPX was huge today. Like that's huge. This just looks scary to me. Like this. It was such a massive break, but just these candles, they just look like so weak, so just, I don't know. I don't know. I just know the bears were gone today, and I got to see the bears come back so I can see what kind of gas they're rolling with. But, yeah, that is what I'm seeing, and the story of the day is just Apple. I mean, look at this chart on Apple. Are you kidding me? Just look at this thing. Just straight up. That thing just went parabolic. Just fucking, how does the stock do that? Like, look at this tiny little pullback, this huge bear trap. It's just a massive bear trap, dude. Just no volume on these red candles, and we get into the gap. How many people grab puts right there? And they're like, all right, we're going to fill the gap. Whoop, straight back up. Did not look back. Just chop, 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 chop. End of day, just gone. Like, the market could not go down when Apple is doing that. Just insane. Buying everywhere. I'm pretty sure Microsoft did the same kind of thing. Not as vertical, but Google also had a super strong day. It did pull back a little bit off of that top resistance line. Tesla ended up, so it filled its gap in the morning, which is very strange. I mean, it opened up here and just immediately goes to fill its gap, and then the second gap fill, it's straight back up. It was just crazy. So yeah, love to see that. Nvidia 6% on the day, not bad, very strong as well. Did the same thing Apple did today, just straight up give you a little bear trap right there, and zoop, it's straight up. And it is bizarre talking bear traps. Like I haven't looked at a chart and been like, oh, that's a bear trap, in literally months, because they haven't been bear traps, they've been bull traps. It's just been endless bull traps, bull trap, bull trap, bull trap. So it's weird to actually like say out loud when I'm looking at stocks, like, oh, that was a bear trap. It's so strange. Like it's crazy. I felt like we would never get back to that point, and thank God we were back. So for Nvidia, gotta break 180, 150. We have a gap to fill to the upside on Nvidia. I'm holding in the hopes that we do fill that gap, and same kind of thing happened to Nvidia. We broke out of this falling wedge, but now it just extended itself, and now oh, look at that. Well, darn tootin', would you look at that? Now it just extended itself, and it is just a channel. So that is what that's what I'm talking about when you see wedges, is that they tend to just extend themselves. They give you fake breakouts, and then it's just an extension of that wedge. And now we're just in a nice channel, and we have to break above these highs still. We still have to take 193 and eventually 196 on Nvidia. That's massive. We gotta take those levels to the upside, but it looks like it's primed for a big bounce right now. It had a big bounce today, but an even bigger one. There's still more to come. And now it's got earnings coming up soon, but we've already priced in the earnings, and it doesn't care. It's going straight back up. AMD almost reclaimed 100 today. No bueno there, but yeah, Nasdaq with 2.8% day, SPY with 2.1%. Just incredible stuff, guys. Just really incredible. Look at the semiconductor index, and same kind of idea there. It just extended the wedge. It looked like a rising wedge, but now, hey, we got our pullback. It pulled back right to that trend line, right when it broke out. Pulled back right to it, and now look, it's going back up. Beautiful stuff there, guys. Just absolutely beautiful breakout. Boom, she's gone. Good night. Bob's your uncle. So Nvidia, we got the cross of that 10 and 50. Anyways, I'm kind of just rambling, but things look good. I don't know. I'm getting very mixed signals. I think everyone's just so, and I'm guilty of this as well, everyone's just so beaten down by this market these past 6 months. I think people are just having a hard time coping with the fact that, shit, the market might just keep going up from here. Like, it's sad to see, because there's so many people that are trying to short this, because for 6 months you just wanted to short every pop, and it was so profitable. It was crazy profit to just short every pop in the market. But then you start to utter the four most dangerous words in investing. This time is different. And that is kind of what I'm saying with this pullback, or this pop, is that, oh, this one's different. It's got the CPI data behind it. And that kind of worries me a little bit when I start thinking like that, because I am thinking that way. It is spooking me out just a wee tiny little bit. But yeah, anyways, super bullish looking stuff. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm very, very interested for tomorrow, because we've had pops like this before. We've had the Fed come out and say something amazing. The market rallies. We're making highs. This happened way back here. This is Nvidia, but it happened right over here. We had this like crazy breakout to the upside. We broke this resistance. We broke that resistance. It looks like we're in the clear. It looks like things could be heading to the upside, and it just absolutely dumps. That doesn't mean I'm not saying I'm waiting to short stuff. I am just being careful. But yeah, that's about that, folks. I'm just gonna stick with SPY. SPY worked great for me. I have no regrets. There was no stocks where I was like, dang it, I wish I traded that. I milked $500 out of SPY today, so I'm elated with that. And I have levels now. This level on SPY, so that's what I love about when I trade SPY all day. I can go back the next day and be like, oh, these levels still hold up. They're still there. So I know this is a level at 418. I know we have a level here at 418.35. I know we have a level down here at 416, same with 417, 41. I have all these levels set up that are my guidebook on what to play, how to play this tomorrow. And now we are not in price discovery, but we are in upside discovery. And it is just a fact of can we pull back up. And we are entering a region where we had very low volume over here because we got yanked down so quickly from this 449 down to 420. I mean, look how quickly that happened. That was like, I remember that day. That was like the reddest fucking, just terrible day. Just straight down. And then we opened the next day and straight down. Just 2 days of blood. And that's the same thing for when you go straight up, you go straight down. When you go straight down, you go straight back through that little area. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm sticking with SPY. I love SPY now. I'm back, baby. Come on. I want to be a trader that can just fucking wake up and tackle SPY, grab him by the tits. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.